Corrupt cops think they can get away with anything until they cross the wrong person willing to make them pay for their actions. Watch the unforgettable moments when the tables turn and justice strikes back. Like this first cop who was left stunned when his harassment of this auditor horribly backfired.
Here's the deal. I'm not a public anything, and I don't want to be recorded.
Even though cops are supposed to uphold the laws, it's always a spectacle when they realize they've picked the wrong battle. Just like this civil officer who learned the hard way that some citizens won't be bullied.
Do you mind waiting quietly?
Oh, geez.
On November 5th, 2024, Election Day, an auditor went to get a public records request at a City of Chehalis City Hall when he met the biggest Karen working there you could imagine.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. You work here, or are you just a really friendly citizen?
What can I do for you?
Well, if you work here, I'm looking to inspect the Public Records Index.
The Public Records Index. I'm
Indeed.
new enough that I don't even know what that is.
No problem, I can help you. In the Public Records Act, Section 70, it describes an index. It's just meant to assist people in requesting records.
Okay.
And it's just something that's maintained.
Okay.
Just want to take a peek at it and see what kind of manuals, policies, orders, that kind of stuff the city has.
Let me find out what direction to
Sure.
send you. Can you sit a moment?
Clerk started out with a cheery attitude, but you can bet it didn't last for long.
Well, I'm brand new and I don't know what the steps are. Could you please stand outside?
That's a violation of state law.
I'll have the police officer come down. Go ahead and come out.
Yeah, if they want to come on over here and talk to me.
Okay, go ahead and come out.
I'd rather not. I don't want to make this awkward, but you're violating my liberties if you do that.
You're violating my comfort level. I'm a brand new employee. I'm a woman. You don't know what my background is or what my trauma triggers are. I'm asking you as a polite adult to stand outside for a moment.
Do you work for the city?
I'm asking you to stand outside for a
But man,
moment.
if you're just a citizen,
Would you please call the police chief
Yeah,
and
if
have
you
him
wanna-
come down?
yeah, it's probably the best thing to do.
As much as you have rights, she has rights as a citizen as well, so.
Are you just some random guy interjecting yourself?
Does it matter?
Just curious.
I can't have just normal conversation?
Oh, absolutely you can. I'm just asking
Okay.
if you work here or if you're just a citizen.
I am just I'm an American taxpayer just like yourself.
great.
And I'm entitled to my opinion just like you.
I 100% agree, especially on this amazing day of voting.
that button.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rather than doing her job, she immediately gets the police chief, as if the auditor did anything wrong.
And if
There's
you
a
want to look at
button
public
right down
records as it says, then that's fine. But, you know, if somebody doesn't want to get recorded, they can ask you to not get recorded.
Oh, they can ask. 100% agree. RCW 9.73.030, though, makes it really clear that there's only an expectation of privacy when
He
you're
is
not in
recording
public.
right now if you don't
When you're not
know
what?
me.
When you're not in public,
I know.
so like if you were in your
We just had that
home
training.
and I was inside your home and you're like, hey, please stop recording.
Okay, but here's the
Yeah.
deal. I'm not a public anything, and I don't want to be recorded. So
Sometimes you don't get what you want in
Don't put
life.
that on there. Yeah, well, we'll find out about that.
We will.
A government employee not knowing the laws that directly affect her is embarrassing enough, but the fact that she doesn't even know what the auditor is asking for is even worse.
Can I inspect that records index? I'd still like to inspect it.
A records index?
Yeah, that's what brought me in here today for my whole reason for a visit.
Hi there.
Hey.
What's going on?
We have a conversation that was happening, and then this gentleman came in, but Sabrina can tell you more,
Okay.
and he is recording.
Yeah, that's fine. I am too. It's okay.
Oh, good. Okay. I just asked him not to record because I'm brand new. I had no idea what the flow was for the public records request that he was asking, and I hadn't had a chance to really collect myself. And he doesn't know what my traumas and triggers are, but he continues to record, even though I asked him to please just stand outside while I find out what the right path is.
That's exactly what happened.
Okay, and he can record here, so
Once again, she veers off topic, focusing solely on herself, but her attitude quickly changes when the police chief adopts an unexpected stance.
and he can record here, so.
And he is.
He's well within his right to do that, and we can't.
Especially as a journalist, ma'am. I mean, what you just did is incredibly rude. You called people with firearms and other weapons because I'm a journalist working on a story.
I don't know you're a journalist. You didn't identify
I don't need
yourself.
to
and you're
identify,
gonna
ma'am. You work for the government. I have a Fourth Amendment, especially on this hallowed day of elections. You need to rein it in.
Okay. So
Please do not be rude to me
You
like
don't need
that.
to tell me what I need.
I'm telling you right now, as a public servant, what's going on. I appreciate your candor and your professionalism. Thank you. I do.
So is there anything You understand you're here for asking for public record?
Well,
information.
close. I'm actually looking to inspect the public records index.
Ah, that's your realm, not mine.
The auditor went to make a simple records request, and all the clerk has done till now is just argue, argue, argue.
Were you looking to put in a request for the public records
Ooh,
index?
no, because the records index is something that's supposed to be created and maintained since, well, looks like you guys have been around a long time as a city, so since 1972 when the Public Records Act created 4217-260 subsection 3, which is now 425670 subsection 3.
Correct. Are you asking for the record?
I'm looking to inspect it. It's not a record, it's an index. It's a tool meant to aid me in making my records request.
I guess I'm confused as to what exactly you're looking for.
The index.
Would it be possible if she took down a phone number and gave you a call back with that information?
That might explain why she is so naive about her duties, but being new is still no excuse for how she behaved. The law had actually been changed to make requests like his entirely valid, but the real reason why she isn't cooperating is even more unbelievable.
I got a tip and a lead that you guys don't have an index, which, yikes, that's a massive, I mean, interplanetary size fine from the state if you don't have that. So I'm really needing to see if you have it to inspect now. If you don't, that really finishes my story. But I wouldn't say that
No, I might just be confused because I'm fairly new at the job.
Yeah,
so
fair enough.
I don't know
Sure.
if it's just a log of all of our records.
So I can help you.
or-
So what it is it's a series of things such as final orders, dispositions, policy analyses. Like, for example, if your city council said, we're going to pass an order about XYZ, whatever it is, the index has that. And what it does is it allows me to look at all your manuals, policies, etc., and make sense of it. So, like, you know, since you are the records officer, I'm assuming, right?
After nearly 10 minutes of bickering, the auditor finally explains why he visited, and what he finds out is embarrassingly bad for the whole city administration.
Well, I know you said
Or has it
probably. So how can I know if that is something you have right now? Because I'd like to make the records request, but I'd like to use the index to help me, to aid me
Well,
in
that's
making
where
it.
I'm not sure if we've classified it as that, so that's why.
I'll
if
tell you
gave
what.
me a little bit of time to look into it, I could
Sure.
come back to you because it's kind of sudden.
Yeah, I'm just in town for the day working on this. What I'd like to do is see if I can have you look up the records index section real quick. It's like one sentence. It's really quick. It'll just help narrow down, I think, for you what I'm talking about. So in 4256, section 70.
1 second.
Sure, you bet.
By law, they're required to have an index, and on election day, they're saying they might not even have one? The fact that the auditor has to guide the employee on how to do her job is pitifully sad.
So I want to make sure I'm understanding. I have a log for ordinances and resolutions, and then most everything else is published on our website.
Yeah, I do know that it can be published on the website. It's also supposed to be something that's inspectable.
So our meeting minutes are published on the website, our agenda packets, all of our meetings is published on the website for agendas. We do have some video on there. I can print the logs for ordinances and resolutions. I'm just trying to fully understand exactly what it is.
Sure, give me just a second. I'm just going to pull this up so I can be really specific.
The clerk's excuses can only save her for so long because this auditor has experience with these situations.
I'm looking for all that.
So all of that should
Be on the website?
be on the website in our meeting. We log all of their votes, whether it.
Oh, no, I
all
get
of
that.
And then our meeting minutes are also approved through the council meeting.
Sure.
So they're logged in with that.
Yeah, and I get what you're
Along
saying.
with, like, historic preservation, planning commissions,
Sure.
DRC, all of that is on our website.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. What I'm getting at is the index, just like in a book, is meant to index all of that so that I can say, here's like the administrative staff manual, for example.
Having to explain what an index is to a clerk shows just how sad the state of this city's record keeping is.
I don't believe that in every meeting that the city council, I mean, maybe they're the most thorough city council ever for the entirety of the existence of the city. I could be wrong here, but generally I don't see them have an administrative staff manual every single time. That would be the most awkward thing I've ever seen a city council do.
Right,
So-
the last one was approved in 2022.
Yeah.
And that would be in with the council meeting.
Sure, but it's not an index. So taxonomically speaking, the index would refer to all those things, and then I would know, oh, okay, this is what you guys call it. So you may call your administrative staff manual the Lord's Book, or whatever. I have no idea. You guys may have some weird name for it that I've never heard of. Some people call them an administrative staff manual, some call them the fun good time book. I don't know.
Every new detail we learn about this city's bureaucracy is even crazier than the last.
Like city
It's
employee
administrative
Sure,
policy.
exactly, yeah. So
Something real simple.
the index is just supposed to be something that allows me to say, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So then I can, for example, potentially go to the website and say, okay, they call it this. I don't see it. Now I can say, hey, where's your fill in the blank? Because your index says you have it. It's,
And I think our website does break it down that way because you can go to documents and narrow it down to that specific thing.
sure. I didn't see all of that. That's why I'm coming.
It's insane how she thinks having a website is some get-out-of-jail-free card for the department not doing its job.
The website's updated to a different format, so it is a little bit harder to navigate if you're used to our older format.
Yeah.
Because I even have trouble finding stuff on there too.
And I think
And
you're
when
kind
it
of...
switched, it did revert back to a lot of stuff that we're still fixing, so it might have
Yeah.
been something that you were looking for that we haven't fully
Sure.
had them fix.
And you're kind of making my point why the legislature did this. To have an index that achieves the whole function of what an index provides as a tool. It's to say, here's what we have, so I don't have to go through. And as captivating and engaging as reading city council meeting minutes often is, and don't get me wrong.
The auditor must be exhausted because what should be a few minutes' work has turned into a Byzantine administrative mess.
Usually the city attorney is the one that's dug into all that.
I
And-
believe he's in court today. So,
Over the records index?
no.
I'm kidding.
no.
Our paid contract for
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
We don't have our own, like, he's sitting in the back somewhere waiting
Right.
for us to call.
Gotcha. Is your mayor around?
We have a city manager, council.
City manager around, or maybe a council member?
He's not.
Is any council member?
They
Could you
usually don't hang out at City Hall
Oh,
either.
okay.
If they could
What?
avoid
This is
us,
where everything's
except for
happening right
meetings,
now, right?
Yeah,
At least right
small
now.
town.
Fair enough.
The auditor's experience is showing because he knows exactly what to do at every point.
I think their salary is $100 a month.
Wow. Really? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I can appreciate the service there. That's a good thing.
So we have a council manager form of government, so the council tells the city manager what to do.
I see. Okay, so you got a. Well, I don't want to. You don't have a strong mayor then. It sounds like.
Right. The
Gotcha.
council.
I don't want to say a weak mayor, but
No, it's. I get what you're saying in terms
Yeah.
of how government
Fair
operation.
enough.
Yeah, our mayor isn't the one that gives us the day-to-day orders. That comes from the city manager.
fair enough. Like Edmonds has the strong mayor, even though
Right.
the previous mayor didn't do a good job there at all.
It would be too unfair to be harsh to the council members, but the same can't be said for the records department.
Well, what I'd like to do is it possible to just have you maybe text the city manager or city council members? Because really for me, the issue is I don't want to report falsely, but at the same time, it's supposed to be inspectable like right now. And if
all
it's
outside
not,
my knowledge base. Sorry.
yeah.
Cassie,
Yes.
just want request.
One more question?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if you could text the city manager or one of the city council members and just see if they're familiar with it. Because I don't want to report falsely, but it is something that's supposed to be inspectable like right when somebody comes in. Usually it's about, especially for a small town like this, it's probably the index is probably front and back 10 pages.
Why they can't have basic documents accessible on the most important day of the year is something I still can't figure out.
Probably should look up to see what other cities have, and we might have it, and I just am not
I
understanding.
got a perfect
what you're
example for you.
Okay.
If you call up the Washington State Patrol headquarters right now and ask them to email their records index, you'll have it in probably about 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then you'll see exactly what it is.
I have a deadline and I don't feel comfortable working right now because I can't concentrate. I'm actually just going to contact Claire and let her know I don't have it done. Unless you gentlemen can go somewhere else and visit.
Well, I'm just waiting for the index.
Do you mind waiting quietly?
Oh, geez. Just talking with the deputy chief.
Rather than simply doing her job as a public servant, this clerk acts as if she is the president herself sitting in front of the auditor.
It's gonna be like that. It's a bit cantankerous, man. Come on.
Thank you. Something else that I can do for you to help get that deadline.
It's a concentration thing, but I think I'm just gonna zero in and handle it. I don't want to talk to you right now because you're clearly comfortable making me uncomfortable, and
Now, what I'm comfortable with is being a citizen of this wonderful nation, exercising my liberties, and not kowtowing to an abusive government employee. See, the deputy chief, fantastic government employee. You just seem to.
I agree he is.
Hard to say if that was sardonic or not, but well played.
Even worse than Sabrina's awful attitude is that her cushy job is funded entirely by taxpayer dollars.
I'm gonna go check to see how she's coming with those
Sure.
documents.
I do think also, by the way, Sabrina, if you're interested, I think North Korea still has applications open for becoming a citizen. Good place to live. Not a lot of cameras. Have a better day, Sabrina.
I think she's got it for
Awesome. Hey!
or something. I don't know if it's it. It's
So
something.
I reviewed your RCW again in here, and
Yeah.
then
Okay. So
reviewed
you've exempted yourself.
our code, and it is in our code that we do not have to maintain.
Surprisingly, she is correct. A recent change to their ordinances meant they didn't have to update. However, their website states that this work falls under city clerk's duties, so what is really going on here?
I still have to put it in the.
No, that's fine. I'm just tossing it out there.
Yeah.
So if I
Makes
start
your
getting my
life
Klingon
Yeah.
language going on here, we'd be in a pickle here. Okay, so what I would please, with sugar on top, like to get are all responsive records. Ooh. You guys didn't use the magic word in here. It's not please. So in all responsive records regarding the second clause of section 70, subsection 4A. You guys exempted yourselves from a central index. You didn't exempt yourselves from the agency indices.
The city tried to get away with codifying their laziness, but they couldn't even do that properly.
Well, I would like to start with the municipal court and the police department.
Well, they're at least in this building.
Fair enough.
They're at the north end.
Okay. Hello. I have a question for you. So I just sussed out with the city administration that they don't have a central index, but the city did not exempt the individual departments from their own respective public records index.
Okay.
So I would like to inspect the public records index of the municipal court of the city of Chehalis, please.
What should have been a simple inspection is now way more work, all because of the city's incredible laziness.
So I would have to see what that would entail and get back to you.
Well, it basically comes down to you have it available for public inspection or not.
So I would have to check
Okay.
to see if that's something I have, and it's not something that I can do immediately, so I'd have to reach out.
Ooh. I think it's fair to say then you don't have it.
I didn't say I did or didn't. I said I would need to do some confirming, some checking.
Tell you what, how about this? I just got done talking with the deputy chief and I got to go upstairs to inspect the police departments.
Okay.
So that should give a few minutes. You
I
mind?
can see what I can do in that time.
Sweet. Do you have a business card, by the
I
way?
do. Hold on.
Thanks.
It's quite astonishing how hard it is to get a straight answer from anyone in the building, except for one guy.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Yeah,
right.
and I'll see what I can do in that meantime.
Great. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Hello. I am looking to see if I can inspect the police department's public records index, please.
Public records index?
Yep. The deputy chief just got done talking with me downstairs about it, so he's familiar with it. So
I'll grab it.
thanks. Appreciate it.
I'll save you some time. We don't have one.
Okay. Fair enough. I appreciate that. Do you have a... Oh, there's one. Thank you for being forthright about that.
At least this cop was cooperative the whole time, which can't be said for some of the other clerks.
You got my card already.
McKnight. Yeah, I just keeping a note here. Is your chief around?
He might be. Let me see if he's available.
Thanks.
Not available right now.
Okay, that's fine. I'm confident you're going to pass this along. I'd like to just pass along a commendation for you for just being a good police officer and public servant. So
I'll
thank you.
definitely tell him that.
Yeah, I figured you would. But yeah, no, I just really appreciate your cordial, polite, professional demeanor and not getting frustrated over anything. So I just need to be able to work on the stories that I'm working on as a journalist. And you absolutely stood up for my liberties as a member of the press, and I thank you for that. So appreciate it.
This small gesture had a significant impact. You can tell by his smile it made the cop's day.
I don't suppose you can tell me what journalism it's going to be. I just want to see it.
Is your email address on there?
It is.
I never share when I'm out in the field because I'm an investigative journalist, and you know I don't think you're nefarious, but it's just I've had this blow back on me hard when I'm out in the field. When I get back, I will happily email you and let you know where to find it. It'll all be there, so no problem on that.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, man. You take care. You have a good day.
So I got the update from the city clerk who you just spoke with, and she sent out the notice that the municipality is not obligated to maintain an index.
The confidence with which the clerk is wrong is shocking. How can every clerk in the building be so workaholic?
You are correct. The city does not have a central one, but the exemption actually says it's for a central index, not the individual ones. And in fact, subsection H says the individual agencies will maintain an individual index.
So I'm letting you know the information that's been shared with me.
Okay.
So and that's what I've got for you.
Fair enough. I mean, that's all you can do. So thanks for your time.
Uh-huh.
I just went over to the municipal court, and I was told by Ms. Butcher that you instructed her that they do not have to have, as an agency of the city, an index. Is that accurate?
I provided the RCW for them to review.
Gotcha. There's a huge misunderstanding here. So in all agreement with what the deputy chief just did, he made it clear they do not have an index. It is what it is.
Okay.
I would like to clear this up, though, if you wouldn't mind aiding me over to municipal court. She's under the impression that they don't need, as an agency of the city, to have an index. They do, because we know about H. She's saying because of D, they don't have to, but that's the central index, not the agency one. Would you mind meeting me over there and clarifying?
When called out for her mistake, just as you'd expect, she doubled down. Despite their attitude, this auditor can't be any more helpful to them.
I just want to clarify with the city clerk here. The city definitely does not have to maintain a central index for the city, but the individual agencies per H do. So is that accurate?
So that is specifically for public records, and you keep a log of your public records, right? Correct. So yes, she does.
She has an index.
For the public records requests?
No, not the logs, the index. So H says, pursuant to 4256, the city will disclose all public records, including any indices that are maintained by the city, to the extent such records or indices are not exempt. The only thing in D that we had gone over that you had highlighted, D says central index, not agency indices. Explaining
something this simple shouldn't be this hard, yet they've made it that way for themselves entirely of their own fault.
And so when you look at 425670, the local agencies, the departments of a city, for example, like municipal court, water department, police, they have to maintain their own indices because you guys didn't exempt yourselves from that. You only exempted yourselves from the central records index. So the city doesn't have one, that's fine. I'll get the supporting documents for that. But the municipal court is not exempt based on your
Well, and if I understand H correctly, we have to disclose them if we have them, but if we don't have them, if we never created them, there's obviously nothing to disclose.
Correct, but
So,
if you don't have it and you were supposed to have it, so if the court was supposed to have it,
but it's not saying we have to have it, it's just saying if we do have it, then we have to.
but RCW 425670 subsection 3 says you have to have it.
Eventually, they can see that there is in fact work to be done, and the auditor is more than happy to help.
I don't believe so, but
Okay.
I'm going to give you the contact information for the city attorney that we work with.
Yeah, would be better for me. If you guys could, I mean, you've got my email address from the public records request. If you just want to talk to the attorney like I was mentioning earlier,
Yeah.
just see what's going on. I'll go around and check with each agency just to confirm. If I'd be curious to see what the attorney says. I mean, that is, a pretty important thing to have, and it looks like you guys only exempted yourselves for the citywide one, or the city one, the central one, I should say, not the individual departments, so.
However, these cops weren't nearly as ignorant as this next one, who had to be educated in the law by this citizen.
You're not the feelings police, dude. It's freedom of speech.
Cops are supposed to serve and protect, but what happens when some bad apples abuse their power? That's when brave citizens actually stand up to these tyrants, which is exactly how this first officer was schooled.
If there was something that I could arrest him for, I would, but unfortunately, being out there...
On the 3rd of October 2024, a Cohoes, New York officer was called into an auto repair shop over a customer exercising his free speech rights. Unfortunately for the man, this cop hadn't a single clue about the law.
And it's not like we didn't take his tire off and look at it. He's suggesting that we repaired his car yesterday.
6206, go ahead.
He came in this morning saying his tire was flat. We curbed the tire. That we hit the curb, punctured his tire. So I took the tire off, we soaked it down, and it's clearly leaking from the valve stem core. I said, look, this core is $200 tire. It's just all of a sudden just being very disrespectful and aggressive. So asked Todd to see if he could do something for me.
And then he came in here and was...
Yeah, very much so.
Nasty.
Yeah.
What was he saying to you guys?
Well, he started out being, calm. He's like, I'm not saying anything, but, tire was full yesterday. When I left here, it was flat. So I said, take a look at it and see what we're doing. And
right. But then he came in here, and what was he saying to this young lady? Just
CUNT.
6206,
call her.
Yeah. 6206, go ahead.
For no reason. Because I was telling him, I'm like...
You can show us back to the station while I'm in custody from Schenectady County.
Seems like a peach, huh?
What's that?
Seems like a peach, huh?
Yeah.
Did you talk to him yet?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, so the biggest thing is he's obviously just a disgruntled customer. But the biggest thing is he was in here causing a problem. She's a customer, and he's in here calling her names and, getting mouthy with her.
I do too. It just cringe. Makes me cringe.
It's clear they screwed him over, and now he wants recompense, which is why his activism rant is justified. However, it was not welcomed.
A judge to order you to answer questions? Yeah, they're the only one that can make you answer a question, so... Really? Yeah.
Not really quite how that works.
I mean,
okay? Especially
virtually enough. I don't have to answer your question.
When we're conducting an investigation, which we are, because there's an accusation that you were in there, that you're in there yelling and swearing at people and using obscene language in a public setting. Okay, which is called disorderly conduct. It's a public setting. It doesn't matter whether it's public property or not. When you're in a public setting and you're using obscene language, and that's upsetting multiple people in there, then it's what's called disorderly conduct, which is a violation of law. And when we're conducting that investigation, you are obligated to do things like give your name, date of birth, things like that.
For sure.
Identify yourself, okay?
If you're
so
going
on
to
and so
mandate
forth.
that, I'll give you that.
If you want to stand out here, and if you want to stand out here and hold up a sign, you can. The problem is when you cross the line and you go in and you start yelling and swearing at people. That's a problem. That's a violation of law.
I'll tell you this.
Do you have identification on you, sir?
To get my car. No.
Okay. What's your last name?
Or I'm sorry, to complain about the condition of my car.
Okay. What's your last name, sir? How do you spell that, Mr. McLaughlin?
And you're saying if I don't give it to you, you'll arrest me, right?
It's considered obstruction.
You're going to arrest me if I don't give you
It's considered obstruction if you don't, because we're conducting an investigation.
Okay.
Right, so it's called obstruction
I'm just verifying.
Yeah. Yep.
MCLO.
MCLO. UGH. LIN. Mr. McLaughlin, what's your first name, sir?
Connor. CONNER.
By all accounts, everything the man has done would be protected by the First Amendment. But rather than upholding his rights, this dirty cop is trying to get this man in cuffs.
Copy. You were out there working on the back right tire last night.
Yep. Did you guys arrest anybody after the second time?
So you knew there was a problem with that back right tire. You were saying that
Yeah, I picked it up yesterday.
Yeah, I saw you trying to. You were spraying water on it, trying to look for a leak last night. Did you find a leak while you were doing that?
Just in the stem.
Just in that stem, same way.
I wish I found a leak because I could have plugged it, but it's in the stem.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck.
Session 9807, are you at the station?
And you think that they did something to it? That
I know for? Listen, I don't have like picture evidence that my tire wasn't flat when I dropped it off. So I'm not trying to like,
yeah, right.
I personally know that I dropped my car off and my tire pressure light wasn't on. Every fucking week, dude. You've picked on somebody that has nothing but time, dude.
Again, the language.
It's free speech.
No, it's not. Just so you know, when you're...
Yes, it is.
Listen,
what I just did is free speech.
Foul language in a public setting, if it disturbs somebody, is not free speech.
slut on the back of my truck. Okay?
You can say that to me all you want.
I can say that in public.
You can't.
Unless I'm doing it to cause a disturbance. But if it's my general language, I'm allowed to say whatever I want.
If somebody's offended by it, though, it becomes...
You're not the feelings police, dude. It's freedom of speech. Do you really want to enforce something like that? What do you think's going to happen in 20 years? What are you talking about?
I would absolutely enforce something like that. We do it all the time.
Understandable to ridiculous.
While it's evident who's at fault, this officer still manages to pick the wrong side. It must be extremely embarrassing for these officers that this individual is more knowledgeable about the law than they are.
What are you talking about?
You can't. That's not freedom of speech. Just like you can't
interacting with
just
third
like
parties.
Listen.
Is this interacting with third parties?
Just like being in a theater where you can't yell fire. That's not free speech.
That's private property. Limited public forum.
It doesn't matter about the property.
Limited public forum. It matters how it's classified.
Well, I'll tell you what. You continue to do it. When you get arrested for it, you can then explain it to the judge and try to give your theory of what you believe is correct.
Is your opinion that this is interacting with third parties? Right? Like me holding this up.
Yeah, sure. You're showing it to other people.
I can put a slut on the back of my pickup truck window, which would also be interacting with third parties, and there's nothing you can do.
The man might make full use of his vocabulary, but time and again the courts have shown that cursing in public is a First Amendment protected right.
The problem is when you cross the line is when you go in and you start calling people names inside using obscene language.
Car on a public roadway.
All right, I'm not going to argue with you. You enjoy here, but if you continue to use obscene language that bothers other people, you are going to be arrested for it, okay? I'm just letting you know.
But okay.
You can doubt it all you want.
Doubt it'll go the way you want.
Okay.
You can move your car, you can't get that.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I can swing it around.
Yeah, sorry, man. I gotta keep breaking shit.
Yeah, no worries. No. Are you moving now?
Like every other dirty cop in existence, this officer cares more about making an arrest for his record than actually upholding the law.
So he swore to you, but he didn't make any threats to you, did he? Did he make any threats to you anyway?
He just called me a bitch and Tuesday and all that other fun.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's not against the law.
Right, yeah, and that's why I wanted to make sure, because if there was something that I could arrest him for, I would, but unfortunately, being out there, obscene language here, not in our presence, we have to observe it in order for it to be a violation of law. And we didn't, unfortunately, but that's why I wanted to make sure if he made a threat, then that's something I can take a complaint on and arrest him for. But
oh, no, I would have just not.
Yeah.
And he admits it clear as day. This power-tripping cop would arrest an innocent man if he made a simple mistake, for no other reason than because he could.
No, not allowed.
Oh, good Lord! It's just.
I just hate that, like
the lack of.
My son cop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish I was still a school bus driver.
He's got it worse than we do.
Yeah. I work for a tow company, that's awesome. So I got a lot of those people, but.
Muting for conference.
He looks. I want one. I'm gonna go with you looking for one. Yeah. I got lucky twice. Mom who looks like Dander and Dad, and he's gonna look like Dad.
So if I'm
trying to help him. I really did. He's saying this is Valstem. What you guys did didn't work. You did spark plugs.
Yeah. So we curbed it.
You know.
If there's
if I can put a $2 Valstem in it, I will.
If while we're here, anybody gets offended by his obscene language, let us know. Then we've got cause to take him for disorderly conduct.
Yeah, I'd rather not see him arrested, but it's very unreasonable.
I'd rather not arrest him. I'd rather him just go on his way.
Fraternizing with people that wronged the man is a curious thing to do, but he switches his statement, realizing that there is just no winning now. What a selfish officer.
Hell, that car had no damage before it got here,
right? I don't know.
Did you tell her I'm going to be here every week?
We hear you, pal. Everybody knows you have no job.
I told you already once about the language. I'm not going to tell you again, okay?
About the fucking what?
Yeah, okay. Okay, there we go. That's enough. They're offended by it. Yep. Go ahead and put your hands behind your back, sir. Okay.
Right.
You're gonna be arrested at this point for disorderly conduct, obscene language. Okay.
Yep. Got keys in my pocket.
I explained it to you, and
Freedom of speech. Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry.
as long as you're not using obscene language.
Just advising of a call. I am impending. It's going to be a phone call. The complainant.
I wasn't rude till your boss called me irritating and walked away from the conversation.
I'm calling it irritating and doing what you're doing are two totally different things.
Well, yeah, I didn't say they weren't.
Hey, if this is the way you want to spend your life.
That her kids go to every day.
I'll just do some work.
Yeah. And we'll bust out the paperwork and get it done. 6207 County.
7, go ahead.
Can you show one male in custody, please? The male that I ran, and I'll be transporting from this location to the station for processing.
This cop arrested an innocent man after provoking him, and he doesn't feel bad about it at all. If this isn't proof of excessive policing, I don't know what is.
All the YouTube videos, and you don't know the difference between free speech and disorderly conduct?
Like I said, you will get the opportunity to explain that in court, sir.
You're not telling me anything I don't know. I literally just said I can't wait to see you in court.
Okay.
Your body cam's on, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for actually answering it this time.
I didn't hear you ask me before if you did.
Oh, I apologize.
But it was on. Yeah, it was on from the moment I pulled up before I got out of my car.
You didn't muted or anything when you were talking to them?
No, not when I was talking to anybody else on scene there besides my supervisor.
Me being disorderly and directly going against that.
That's not being disrespectful to me. That's just violating the law.
Disrespectful to you as well.
Well, I think you've been disrespectful just the way you've been talking.
Well, that's the way I talk, sir. It's my freedom of speech thing.
Indeed it is. You have that right.
What's that?
Not the first person.
Saying my language?
Or saying it out loud, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, for sure.
Not muddy.
Yeah, just face the wall here for me.
Even with the threat of being thrown in jail, he keeps his spirits high, and taking that energy to the courtroom might be his best bet because this cop's charges against him aren't going to stick at all. No one breaks the law more expertly than those sworn to uphold it, and this next case made that clear.
Back up.
Okay.
Back up.
Okay.
Back up.
On March 21, 2024, this auditor was filming peacefully when he ran into two police officers. What happened next was nothing short of awful.
I think he's taking a picture of me. So let's see who he is.
Yo, it's my personal car. Stop videotaping, okay, guy?
You were taking a photo of me.
Yeah, because you're taking a photo of my car, guy.
No, I wasn't taking a photo of your car.
Sure, call.
You got something to say? Jerk off, huh? Look at them blue line flag.
The officer acted unprofessionally, taking pictures of someone simply recording his car. But his antics just escalate from here on.
Now you just became the object of my Hey, back up, man. You're being recorded. Back up.
Okay.
Back up.
Okay.
Back up.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Back up. You're being recorded here and here. You're being recorded.
It's okay.
Who are you?
Don't worry
Why
about
are you coming up on me?
Who are you?
Listen, you
Why
can
are
make a big
recording my personal
you
car?
can make a big
Why
mistake
are
coming up on somebody like that.
Why are you recording my car?
You can make a big
That's
mistake.
That's my personal car.
You can make a big
That's my
mistake
personal
coming
car,
up somebody
guy.
like
That's
that.
my personal car.
Yeah, look at you.
Okay?
Where's your
Look at me.
mask? Where's your mask?
Well, don't worry about me. I'm in public place.
Yeah, you're
I'm
in public place. Right? Me too. I know. Don't push me.
You?
You're a
Yeah,
that's what you are. You're a
If it hadn't been for the recording, this officer would have abused his power and charged at this citizen in attempts to intimidate and overpower him.
Roll up on me like that. Yeah, exactly.
When I grow up,
Exactly.
like you.
Yeah. I want to be like you. Yeah, you're Come up on me like that. What's wrong with you? You got a few screws loose or something? What's wrong with you? Who are you? Who are you? You got a few screws loose? Who are you? Who are you?
What's this?
Yeah, you want to blow smoke in my face? What is that gonna do? Who are you? Yeah, do it. Yeah, blow smoke. Ooh.
You like it, right?
Yeah. What's your name? You work here?
I'm your father.
Yeah, you're my father.
Your father.
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, blow your smoke in my face. Go ahead.
Get away from me.
Go ahead.
Get away from me.
Yo, this guy's threatening me. I got it on video and he hit me. He touched me.
All you want, but you know.
Yeah, I know. Blowing smoke in my face. Hey, listen. McGuire? Yep. I'm reporting a crime. I don't want to look at this right now. I want to look. I'll take this. But I'm reporting a crime. That's what I'm doing to you now.
What happened?
Harassment.
Blowing smoke in someone's face is considered battery. The corrupt officer behaved like an uncivilized tyrant, displaying nothing but an attitude problem.
Okay.
We'll take it inside.
Okay.
Kind of thing. If you want to make it another way, there's an online thing. And basically, everything's online now. And then we have the placards telling you how to access that.
Okay. All right. Just make I just thought it would be cool if you guys had it like in the lobby or something. So that way you guys don't have to be bothered. They could just take it because you might be intimidating talking to a police officer.
With the way the vestibule, well, there should be no reason to be intimidated unless you know.
But if you're filing a complaint against another police officer, you can see why that could be.
Maybe on the street a little bit, but not so much in the station office, I would say.
Okay.
On.
Okay.
And then we just give you the documentation from there.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks so much.
Film,
all right. Thanks. You're a police officer?
Yeah. Can you stay 6 feet? I don't have.
Yeah, I'm walking through here.
Oh, okay.
I'm walking through here. Clown.
If these officers were truly cooperative and understanding, they would have approached their fellow officer and pointed out his mistakes instead of confronting this individual.
Yeah, just something real quick, sir.
Sure.
Just for reference, we don't have a big lot.
Yeah.
People driving through, so be careful. You can go over here.
Yeah. No problem. I'm a big boy. I won't get hit by a car.
But I'm just letting you know it's not the biggest lot.
Okay.
Our vehicles are intermixed with police vehicles.
Okay.
So I'd appreciate it. You try not to tape our plates. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just working.
Really a security thing as far as that's concerned.
That's fine. I don't have a way to look up your plates, and if somebody saw you on the street,
anybody can do a DMV run.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to do any of that. That's not my intention.
So
okay.
If you could just film from a distance or not be too close to the cars.
Okay.
That's fine. You can be over here.
I have no bad intentions. I'll let you know that.
I'm just letting you know from a safety standpoint how that works.
Okay.
I have no problem with you being over in this location.
Yeah.
We have active vehicles and personal vehicles.
You've been real cool to me, but I just want to say is like, you know, I understand that's what you would want me to do, but honestly, I'm not going to do what you want me to do. I want to do what I want to do.
Okay.
And that's it. I understand. I'm letting you know. You're saying it's a safety thing. I'm just going to let you know, man to man. There is no safety concerns here. I promise you that.
It is a safety concern when people have.
It was clearly not the man's fault that the police station was short on space, which the officer used as an excuse to violate a citizen's constitutional rights.
That's not my. I'm telling you, that's not my intention.
Stay in this area. Stay away from the vehicles. All right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't listen to unlawful orders. I'm sorry.
It's an unlawful.
It's unlawful. Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it's an unlawful order. All right. Well, you can ask me anything, but it's an unlawful order to ask me to do something that I don't have to do.
Vehicles becomes a safety issue.
It does. I can do that all I want.
No, you can't.
Where's your personal vehicle? Show me your personal. I'll tape it right now in front of you. It's not a big deal. I'm not here to hurt anybody.
I understand that, but that information could be used anyway.
I understand that. There has to be somebody above you, right?
Not right here.
Lieutenant.
Not right now.
Well, don't make a mistake because you have.
No,
this is the law.
I am the supervisor.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is you have to uphold the First Amendment. This is a First Amendment protected activity. You as an officer.
I'm not stopping you.
No. You as an officer. Yeah, but you're preventing me from going somewhere this is a public lot with access to the public.
Yes, others are not.
This is a public lot. You don't need.
Sections of it.
There's no fence.
Public parking is over here.
Yeah, there's no fence or anything.
Vehicles.
Instead of arguing about right and wrong, these cops should return to their academy to refresh their memory. That way, they wouldn't cross their boundaries with another civilian again.
Give you a hard time, but it's just the law, you know. It's just I want to follow the law here.
Like, there is no listed sign saying it's
exactly.
Vehicles here.
Or if you had a fence or something, like you had a fenced-in area or something like that, I wouldn't do that. That's breaking the law.
I got that. We don't have a big lot to deal with. To be 100% honest with you.
Yeah.
You see the size of it? It barely contains our vehicles itself. Not much less the rest of the vehicles. So that's why I'm explaining to the situation. I would love there was posted sign if we had fencing, but we'd have no way to actually use a lot. The way I get to our pumps, you know what I mean?
I don't like this day and age thing, but I mean,
well,
because I could
both ways.
It goes both ways. That's what I'm saying.
Same sense,
but exactly that's what I'm saying. People don't trust you. You say this day and age, you know, they always say with like terrorism stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot of cops getting killed, and there's a lot of cops killing citizens.
On both, I'm not
so
gonna say on both sides, it is.
this is what you guys need, body cameras. This is what you guys need to promote accountability. Because at the end of the day, if you had those, you get evidence against the bad guy, right? And you get your alibi against you being accused of something
I'm not
wrong,
gonna disagree
right?
with you, but
that's what I'm saying.
The cameras sometimes to have a regular discourse without it.
Yeah.
There are pros and cons.
Yeah.
Because a lot of our job allows us to have discretion.
Yeah.
Enforcing certain types of the laws, whether it be details and stuff. Once we have cameras, that discretion goes out the window.
Exactly. I've seen a bunch of videos where you guys pull over cops and you're like, damn.
Well, that has nothing to do with being cops. It's just whether it be anybody.
All right, man. I'm not gonna stay here long. You've been nice to me. I'm not gonna stay here long. I'm not here to film any license plates. That's not what I'm here to do, man. There's nothing. I have no bad intentions towards police.
That's my only concern.
I understand, and I can appreciate your concern, but I'm not here. I'm telling you, man to man, eye to eye, looking you in your eyes, telling you I have no type of bad intentions here today.
I understand that, but
none of that.
Do I know you at all?
No, you don't. No, you don't know me. No, I don't know you. We don't know each other. I know, but
I know we don't know each other. That's
we
why
don't
I'm
know
trying to develop a rapport with you.
Yeah, so we're doing good. Just as long as you don't try and violate my rights, that's all.
I'm not trying to violate your rights.
Okay, so my rights are to walk in my rights are to walk in a publicly accessible area and film whatever I could see from public.
What is considered the public area generally is this area right
now.
And when this next cop expressed his racist tendencies, he made the biggest mistake of his entire life.
How come you call me Blackie and Nick earlier, officer?
Corrupt cops get away with their corruption every day, but sometimes they mess with the wrong people, and then it's over for them. In this video, we will discuss 2 cases where corrupt cops mess with the wrong people. On December 13th, 2021, Army veteran and Purple Heart recipient Jay Hopkins was arrested while quietly filming 2 Tijuana police officers. Hopkins was ultimately released from police custody on the same day without being formally charged. Immediately upon his release, Hopkins returned downtown and located and confronted the officers who falsely arrested him earlier and stole $100 from his pocket.
It's 4:51 and I'm at 7-Eleven by El Arco, and these right here are the officers who I dealt with earlier. This is the one who called me a Blackie. That's the officer who arrested me right there. I have him identified. And this is the 3rd officer involved. There's another officer over there. I'm not in jail right now. The arrest was false. I need your supervisor, please. I need my $100. Okay, my friend, that's the officer who has my $100. Give my $100. I need it back.
Watch how the officers start feeling embarrassed. They can't help but turn away from the camera. This is the nature of corrupt officers. Deep down, they know that what they're doing is wrong, but they are too addicted to stop.
You stole $100 from me. You did. Arrestado falso earlier. Otra vez? Again? We can do it again. Would you like to? This is free speech. We can do it again. But I need my $100. Sindicatura. Give me $100. $100. You stole it. Call your supervisor. Okay. Well, you stole $100 from me. How come you called me Blackie earlier? And why are you threatening to arrest me for recording? How come you called me Blackie and Nick earlier, officer? I need your supervisor. Thank you. It was a false arrest, right? Thank you. This officer right here called me a Nick earlier, and he also called me Blackie. This officer earlier arrested me falsely. He stole $100 from me.
None of them have the guts to confront the man. Instead, they scatter. Except for one, and what he does when Hopkins pushes him a little is ridiculous.
Corrupto. You go home. I live here, aquí. You go home. You home. Learn English. Learn English. Learn English.
Absolutely disgusting how these cops get away with things like stealing and a disgusting level of racism. They don't deserve to be roaming the streets, let alone be responsible for protecting people. What we just witnessed was courage embodied. But in this next case, the auditor takes it to the next level.
No, you can't.
It's my office.
No, it is not your office. This is the people's office. You are a tyrant.
On June 27th, 2023, a YouTuber named The Random Patriot posted a video in which he went to the mayor's office in Sherwood to see how they treat the public. And what Mr. Patriot found once he was there brought his blood to a boil.
Hi, can I help you?
Hey, I was just checking out the building.
Okay, for...
For news purposes.
Okay.
So, the door is locked. I was just coming to see what was in there, but looks like you might have a lot of your flyers out here for that reason, I guess.
Yes.
Do you have any public information in here? That would be, like any more flyers or any posters that would be for the public in there?
We've got public.
I saw those, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if I come in and look around for a second?
The HR director's right here if you want to speak to her.
I don't need to speak to her. I just want to look at the office.
You can look, you can't record. It's human resources.
Why wouldn't I be able to record?
It's human resources.
Yeah, what does that mean?
We have private information in there.
That would be up to you to keep private, not me.
No, it's up to me and you.
Not me.
Yeah.
That's not my
I'm
job.
not going to argue with you.
Well,
you can't go in there and record.
it's not even something to argue about.
Is there anything else that you want to go look at?
If you're
I'm not letting you in there.
All
I'm
right.
just going to put in arguing.
So,
my name is Jill Ross. I'm the HR director.
just so you know, the onus is on you, not on me at all. If you hold something up and I film it, that's not my fault.
Why do you want to go in there? What do you want to see?
I'm just working on a story on Sherwood, and I just wanted to look around.
Okay, not in human resources.
I haven't made it 10 foot, and I'm already getting blocked. So
come on in. You're not going on human resources.
That's a terrible look.
Okay.
But, all right.
No problem. You can't go in the bathrooms either.
I'm aware of that.
Okay.
Hey, is upstairs open to the public? I saw it was unlocked, but I didn't want to just take off walking.
That's where our IT department is.
Is it open to the public, or I don't want to get in trouble for going up there. But if I'm allowed to, I definitely would love to. I also would like. Where do I go to FOIA the policies on recording in this building? Would that be human resources?
He doesn't even talk back to him and goes on to call someone. The ladies in the very beginning had a similarly dismissive attitude. These people look like they have forgotten that they are there to serve the public, but the auditor soon sets this right.
I might just go check it out, honestly. There's not a sign that says I can't, and if you aren't even sure, then I'm sure it's fine.
Is Cameron over there?
Because I don't want to get someone secondhand, yeah, he can't.
Can you come over for just a second? Thank you. I have human resources come over and
Yeah, they were giving me issues as soon as I walked in the door. So that's what I was afraid of, was them telling me some BS. Because they already proved that they don't know what they're talking about all the way. So I'm a little bit worried they're gonna just say I can't. But to not be able to, I need a sign that says I can, or some kind of policy, restricted access sign, something. Hi, two things.
Hi, yes.
I would love to go upstairs and record.
Okay.
I didn't see any restricted access signs on this door.
I don't think that's a problem.
Awesome.
I'll walk you up there.
Thank you. And then another thing, so I need to FOIA the policies on recording in the Human Resources office.
Okay.
So I want to record my interaction in there, doing that as well.
Okay, so are you doing a FOIA right now?
I would like to officially do it on paper in the Human Resources office.
Okay, we can't record.
I surely can record my interaction with the public.
If you want to get a judge or somebody to
you're
tell me,
wrong,
that's
though.
fine.
If you want to try to stop me,
I respect your opinion.
Can I finish real quick?
But I'm not going to let you in human
resources. If you want to try to stop me, you need some kind of law or policy to back yourself up. Right now, it's just your word, which is nothing.
Correct. It's everything.
It's nothing.
To the Human Resources Department and my 350 employees that I'm going to protect.
Who are all paid by what? Tax dollars. They're trying to go to the front where everyone else would.
And there are phone calls and everything that go on in there.
So anyone walking in.
Can't hear.
So are you saying that anyone that walks in there without a camera can hear and see everyone else's personal information?
No, we have them wait until
exactly.
We're off the phone.
So I wouldn't either. How would I?
So they have to wait.
Do you understand what I'm saying? How would I see their personal information if no one else is? Just because I have a camera doesn't make me some kind of superhero where I can see behind your desk.
Right, you're absolutely right. But
so your logic makes no sense. Well, then get it.
Paperwork on my desk.
So anyone walking in
and phone calls going on.
So are you saying if I put my camera down, I can walk in and visually see all that personal information on your desk?
No.
Well, then what does it matter if I have a camera?
I'm just telling you.
What does it matter?
I'm not going to argue with you. Do you want to go upstairs?
So
where else do you want to go?
Right
I'm
now,
not going to take you anywhere else.
Unfortunately, you're acting like a tyrant.
Just look at her laughing at the idea of being a tyrant. It's absolutely shameful that the thought doesn't even cross their mind that what they're doing might be wrong.
Why do you need a human resources? Let me ask you that.
I just asked you for a
What do you need
a
in human
FOIA
resources?
request.
What is it up to a citizen
A FOIA request.
to know what's going on in the human resources
It actually
office?
is. You are accountable to us, not the other way around.
Okay.
Do you
I'm not
wait?
letting
Hold
you in
on.
human
Is that funny
resources.
to you?
No. You calling me a tyrant is funny to me.
It is a little bit of a
No.
funny word to use, and it might be an extreme word at this point, but technically, by definition, that's what you're doing.
Okay. So what can I do for you right now?
I'd like to go into the human resources and make a
I'm not
FOIA
letting you
request.
in human resources. I'm not going to argue that point with you.
I need to make a FOIA request,
You
and
can
you're
do that
gonna.
right here.
I'm
You can
told.
do that verbally, actually. Just leave your information on a piece of paper. This time,
What's your name?
Jill Ross, Director of Human Resources.
Gotcha. It's gonna be a bad look, ma'am.
I'm sorry. Sorry for you.
You could easily have me walk in, treat me like you do everybody else,
And you could be treating us like everybody else treats us.
I only
and that's with
I
respect,
treat.
But you trying to catch us doing something.
I'm not trying to catch you doing anything.
Sure you are. What are you doing
Okay,
with the camera then?
what's really bad is if you feel like I'm trying to catch you doing something, then you're probably doing something that you can be caught doing.
Absolutely not.
Well, then what are you afraid of?
You getting access to my employees'
By
personnel
standing in
information.
front of your desk.
And you're, yeah.
Like everyone
You're not
else
gonna
does.
Have that. You cannot record
Like
in
everybody
HR.
else does.
You cannot record in HR.
Sir, can I get your name?
Yeah,
I just saw
Captain
you walked
Scott
in.
Hicks.
Captain Scott Hicks.
Yes.
Okay. So can you see the logic? I'm allowed to walk in there without a camera because
You're not allowed to walk into human resources at all.
that's not what she's saying. I'm not allowed to walk into human resources.
You can't, right, you have to be allowed in. Let me ask you this.
Do you understand how bad that sounds?
If you were thinking that the captain would be any better than the rest of them, then you're gravely mistaken because he is the biggest tyrant of them all.
See, I hate when cops do that. They don't understand the difference between public and private. This is a
Oh, I
public.
do understand.
No,
Yeah,
you're about to make a comparison to
No, yeah, I am.
you're about to make a comparison to a private business, which is not a good
No,
comparison.
hold on. Yeah, it is.
No, it is not.
What was my comparison?
It doesn't matter because you're about
No,
to compare it
because
to
you
a
don't wanna
private
listen.
business. Listen, I'll listen. Go ahead.
Okay.
Because it's gonna not make sense. Go ahead.
Okay. Can you walk into a doctor's office and view records?
No,
Why not?
because it's a private business and I can't go
No,
in there.
no.
Yes, that is
Because
why.
it's personal
Why did they not let you
information.
see?
Because it's a private business,
No,
and I can't just
because
walk
it
in a
has
private business.
Protected information.
Wrong, sir.
No.
Do you?
That's your
Do you know the
opinion.
No.
HIPAA laws? Do you know the HIPAA laws?
Oh, yes. I was about to bring it up.
Okay.
So, do you understand that I do not have to follow HIPAA laws?
I do.
You do.
And I
Not
will.
exactly. So
Right.
earlier when I was saying the onus is on you to keep stuff private, not me, that's what I'm talking about.
The meaning of HIPAA law, or the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, refers to privacy concerning a person's medical records. To obtain medical records for someone, the patient must sign a HIPAA release form, allowing that individual to view those records.
You let everyone else in if they're not having a camera. And she said, absolutely.
If they're an employee, they're to
No.
conduct business.
And if they have business,
That's
they
not
don't-
what she said.
They don't go. I didn't.
I have it
finish.
on camera.
Okay.
Yes, you did. Stop.
Listen,
You
listen.
stop.
Listen. No, stop.
I've been doing this long enough. I
Yeah.
know what you're trying to do, and that's fine.
No.
It's your constitutional right.
You want to know what, sir? I love when everyone is super nice to me and just shows me around and nothing happens. I prefer that. And it happens quite a bit, honestly.
Okay.
This is not one of those circumstances.
Okay.
I'll show you around everywhere.
Yeah.
You're,
offered to do
I
that
wasn't.
except-
I was
except
10
human
foot in the door and I was getting beef with
Because HR
y'all.
happens to be right when you walk in the door. So
Okay.
it's not a matter of you not being able to get further.
You don't understand how
Come a
nice
lot
other
further.
towns are.
Whatever you're forwarding in HR, I will go get right now.
All right.
Just tell me what you need.
I would like the policies on video recording in the Human Resources office.
It's actually there is no policy on
Oh,
that. other
weird.
than-
Oh my
other than
goodness.
what's on the front
How
door.
strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, the front door doesn't mean anything. You can put any sign. I could put a sign up that says no red hats. It don't
What
mean
else?
it's a law.
What else would
He
you
can't
like to
enforce a
recommend?
sign unless
What
there's a
else would
law
you like to
behind it.
request?
Exactly.
So if I put a sign up that says it's a policy, it's a place for you not to record in this office, well then that's a policy.
Not a law.
Exactly, and you have neither. You have neither of
Policy
those.
is on my front door to Human Resources.
Show it to me.
You just recorded
No,
it.
no. That's a
It's on my
sign.
front-
That's a
the
sign.
that's my
New.
policy.
Okay,
You
what's
agreed
the?
that is a policy.
No, I didn't. You guys aren't very bad listeners. A policy and a law are two different things, correct? We can all agree on that, right? Both require some kind of number. Like you can't just put a sign up and say that's policy, right?
No,
It has to be in a book.
Yes.
No, you cannot just put a sign up and call it policy. You really think that?
I
You
don't
think
there's
that?
any point in arguing anymore,
Whoa!
Captain. You're just
Look at the
one
confidence
yeah.
in that too. He thinks he can put a sign. So you
I
think?
can.
So
Let's
you,
just-
no,
let's just-
you
let's
can't.
This is my office.
No, it is not your office. This is the people's office.
yeah.
You are a tyrant.
I've already been
Good
called a
Lord, dude. This is wild.
Let's
I
just
have
say-
heard so many
Scott,
bad stories
let's
about
just say to let him
Sherwood.
record and
I've
then-
heard nothing bad about Sherwood. Nothing bad. I haven't heard one good thing. And I was like, let me go prove them wrong. I'm going to walk in there. I think I'm going to get showed around. Everyone seems nice around here. Wrong.
Where have you not been allowed to go show around? You can go into anywhere that the public can go. I mean,
You guys are telling me this is your office and you can put any sign up and it's policy now? It's a stupid sign you put up. Just like that stupid sign she put up there that doesn't have anything backing it up. You have to have law. You have to have some kind of something backing that sign up. And you obviously don't know what you're talking about, dude. And you're the chief? What'd you say you were?
you heard me.
Thank you. I did.
You said you had it on recording.
I do. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank
Then you-
God I do. Goodness. That's embarrassing, both of y'all.
Anything else you need?
I'm gonna go upstairs and check out, I guess.
Okay.
I want that policy. I need that policy in writing, please. That way, if I do take this to court, I have it in writing that you gave me the policy.
You have a picture.
That's not gonna work.
That is our policy, and that's all you're going to
That is not gonna,
provided.
because you don't have it.
Okay.
Because you
You
don't
can go
have
ahead
it.
upstairs. I'm not going to argue.
Because you don't
anymore.
have it.
Goodbye.
You all just made yourself look stupid as hell.
Okay. Bye-bye. We don't pass the city hall.
That's not a swear word. And it's free speech as well, so how about that?
The sheer arrogance and stubbornness of these two projects are enough to blind someone. These people are nothing better than cockroaches hiding in their dens and thinking they are the boss. The situation is still far from over.
You're recording?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're not coming past this door, you know.
Oh, I sure am. I already got permission.
From the mayor?
The chief. I have it on recording. I don't remember his name. He's literally right below us, and I just walked out of the room.
Okay, let's go down, please.
No, you're not going to physically touch me in any way.
I'm not, and I understand it's First Amendment.
What's your name?
My name is Robert Cameron Snyder.
And what's your
Make sure you spell it
what's your
correctly.
position here? Can you spell it for me? Spell it for me.
Robert Cameron Snyder, standard spelling.
Now that sign does say authorized personnel only, so I don't need to go past that sign.
Thank you.
But it's screwed up that y'all said go ahead, and then dude comes down to try to push me down the stairs and not let me up.
I was wrong. I was wrong.
Just for
I'm
the
sorry.
record,
Yep.
I support you 100%. I just want to do it the right way.
Yes, sir. Well, so far, everyone has kind of shown that they don't know what they're doing here, and so I'm kind of fired up. I'm a little fired up.
Some of us are new.
I understand. Yeah.
So, while, again, I do support you
Thank you.
110%, we just got to do it the right way.
Yes, sir.
We've got information we have to.
I saw that sign once I got up to the top, so I understand. I'm not going to try to go through there. Yeah.
cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Have a good one.
Thanks, brother. You too.
Bye, Cameron. Thank you.
It feels almost magical to watch one of them behave nicely like they have an ulterior motive or something. But either way, the auditor finally has a positive interaction since stepping foot in the building.
Look into what you can make policy and how to do that, because that's something you might need to learn. Because you can't just throw a sign up, dude. What's weird? So I've already been through this
So
with
if I put one that said authorized personnel only, I'd be fine?
that's
essentially what that, okay. I'll
no,
put
no,
one that says
no.
authorized personnel
You can't
only.
do that to a public office. You can't say
That's a public
authorized
office.
That's a public office upstairs?
Yeah.
Well, then I need to go in there. Let's go, man.
You can't go in there.
Sit-
ACIC is.
So you put authorized personnel in a public office. See, I figured that was because that wasn't a public office. It's different though. There's
What would you think would be
so
up there?
restricted areas are different. Like restricted, like you can't just say
Restricted.
you can't say human resources is a restricted area. That's wild as heck. Like what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Human resources is a restricted area to the public.
No, I won't say to the public, no, but you can't record in there.
You're literally contradicting yourself left and right.
Okay, so maybe it's time for you to leave then. If we're too stupid to understand.
I'll freaking sit down.
All right, Scott, you want to come in my office? Yeah, you can sit here in public.
Y'all are wild.
Have fun.
You're gonna be famous. Hey, you care if I look around real quick? Thanks, brother. Thank you. It'll take me like 8 seconds. You know. Cool. Thank you.
Back over in here.
There really is just nothing in here yet.
Nope, just, this is where our
IT department used to be, and then they moved upstairs where all the servers are.
Okay, I got you. So IT upstairs, is the public allowed up there?
No, I would assume not, because that's where all the city servers are that connect
Okay.
all the banking information, and they would probably have.
They seem confused.
I would say that any place that the public would want to go would probably be authorized to go after it had been appropriately sanitized, to make sure nothing with PII is out on it or anything like that, or upstairs if there's anything related to security systems and networks, we wouldn't want that filmed.
Gotcha.
After this blood-boiling incident, Mr. Patriot has a few words to say. Then, he goes to the police department to check out some cop cars. And you would be surprised to find out how that went.
So he is a high rank, and he thinks you can just throw a sign up on a door, and he gets to enforce it. That is wild. That is exactly what we're talking about with tyrants. They think, oh, I put a sign on my door. That's law now. Go in there and you go to jail. This is my office, he said. You can't just go in a doctor's office. What a wild, yeah, that is a private business. I can't walk in there at all. If that doctor doesn't want me in the front lobby, I can't go in the front lobby. So he obviously does not know what he's talking about. Chief and the judge. What's up? Can I check out your car, man? Heck yeah.
You're more than welcome to open the door.
All right, cool. Appreciate you, dude. Yeah, man. I'm Justin, by the way.
Matt.
Nice to meet you, Matt. Thanks. You think anyone?
I can kind of walk you through a little bit.
Yeah,
if
sweet.
You want.
I would love to, yeah.
So, these are brand new.
Okay.
All the ones that have 22s are all brand new units. They're all 22 models. And then, of course, if you see some that are older models,
yeah,
they're 17s, 18s, 19s.
Okay.
All of our current units have laptops, which we're able to do all of our report writing and all of our Wi-Fi.
I got a question on that topic, actually.
Yeah.
Are they able to run with the cars off just fine? Or do they reset or something for 30 minutes with the cars off?
Yeah.
Do you guys have any type of policy about leaving cars on?
Yeah, we can't have cars on.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah, because gas.
Right.
Gas prices way too high. They don't want us burning gases, but
that adds up. Yeah.
But yeah, man, every car has a rifle rack, of course a cage.
Can I open this back door?
Yeah.
Oh, this is bigger than they look on cops.
Oh yeah.
It's new in here too. You can still smell the new.
Oh yeah. All of these are 22 models.
Oh, you get the turbos in any of them?
I have no clue.
No.
I have no clue.
I know. I think it's usually the like the highway cops and stuff will have the turbos, and a lot of the other towns won't. But I always ask.
Yeah, we're not on the highway, so.
Before wrapping his day up, the auditor decided to make a final check of the Tyrant from earlier.
There she is. There she is right there. What a God. Oh, that makes me laugh, dude. I'm sorry. Goodness. I hope she looks. Please look. Please look. Yes.
This whole incident is proof that none of us are safe from the oppressive effect of power. And if left unchecked, the tyrants keep growing. But thanks to people like the Random Patriot, the cops at least have the fear of messing with the wrong people. What are your thoughts on this situation? Was the lady justified in preventing him from entering the HR office? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like the video, subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one we have in store for you. Thanks for watching. This is Detective Mystery, signing off.